Welcome to Angel's Wings Transport, the podcast that helps charity pilots fly smarter and safer. I'm your host, Charles, and today we're diving into a crucial topic for every general aviation pilot, weight and balance. Whether you are flying a Piper Warrior, a Cessna 182, or any other small aircraft, this episode is for you. Let's start with why weight and balance is so important. First and foremost, it is about safety. An improperly balanced aircraft can be a nightmare to control. Imagine trying to rotate on takeoff, but your nose is too heavy. Or worse, experiencing an uncontrollable pitch-up mid-flight. These are not just inconveniences, they are dangerous situations that proper weight and balance calculations can prevent. But it is not just about safety. Your aircraft's performance is on the line too. An overweight or poorly balanced plane will burn more fuel, climb slower, and might not make it over those mountains you plan to cross. In aviation, efficiency is not just about saving money. It can be a matter of life and death. Now, let us break down some key concepts. First up is the center of gravity, or CG. Think of it as your aircraft's balance point. It needs to be within a specific range. Too far forward, and you are fighting to get the nose up. Too far back, and you might find yourself in an unrecoverable stall. Next, we have the maximum allowable weight. This is not a suggestion, folks. It is a hard limit set by the manufacturer based on what your aircraft can safely handle. Exceed it, and you're risking structural damage or worse. Lastly, we have moments. These are the forces that affect your CG. Each item in your plane, passengers, baggage, and fuel, creates a moment based on its weight and position. So, how do we put this all together? It is calculation time. Do not worry, it's not as daunting as it sounds. Here's the process. Start with your aircraft's empty weight and CG. You will find this in your aircraft's manual. Add the weight of everything else, passengers, bags, fuel. Calculate the moment for each item by multiplying its weight by its distance from the reference point. Add up all the weights and all the moments. Divide the total moment by the total weight, and voila, you have your CG. The key is to ensure your total weight is under the maximum and your CG is within the allowed range. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I've flown plenty of times without doing all this math. Well, let me tell you about the consequences of skipping this crucial step. First, your performance will suffer. You might use up more runway than you have or find yourself struggling to climb over obstacles. You could run out of fuel faster than expected. And in the worst cases, you might lose control of the aircraft entirely. There have been far too many accidents caused by improper weight and balance. Do not become a statistic. But wait, there's more. We also need to talk about stability and structural limitations. Your aircraft is designed to be stable, to return to level flight when disturbed, but this stability depends on proper weight and balance. And do not forget about those G-forces. Your plane can only handle so much stress, exceed the load limits, and you risk structural failure. That is definitely not something you want to experience firsthand. So, here is the takeaway. Weight and balance isn't just some pre-flight chore. It is a critical part of ensuring a safe and efficient flight. Make it a habit. Double-check your calculations. And never, ever exceed your aircraft's limits. Remember, a safe pilot is a happy pilot, and a happy pilot makes for great flying. That's all for this episode this week. If you found this helpful, please share it with your fellow pilots. And do not forget to subscribe for more tips on flying smarter and safer. Until next time, blue skies and tailwinds.